Welcome to Ripples and thanks for being here. Thanks so much. And hello Ika, I've not seen you before, a big welcome. And apparently there's some confusion about the time, so if you missed a few days of Ripples because you're from another country, I'm sorry we didn't tell you that the clocks changed on Sunday. And we had some lovely feedback about Andrew's Ripples yesterday. I was tied up in a meeting and I just couldn't get there, and I said, Andrew, can you go on? And he was at a friend's house, and so you can imagine how odd that must have been. So thanks to Andrew. So I thought that a great ripple perhaps to put out into the pond would be to do with the dichotomy between what we desire and the limitations that we see when we look out into the world. And you know that the heart, which expresses desire and expresses the need for communication, is housed within the chest cavity between the two lungs, which are energetically responsible for reining things in, for finding limitations and boundaries and order and morality. And this morning I'm a bit upset with the New York Times for many reasons, but they had an interesting thing this morning about the Dead Sea Scrolls. And it says, the Dead Sea Scrolls contain the earliest known copies of almost every book of the Hebrew Bible, which is another way of saying the Torah, or perhaps what's known, I grew up with it being labelled the Old Testament, which is inherently racist. But anyway, now Israeli researchers have unveiled dozens of newly discovered fragments from the scrolls containing biblical texts dating back nearly 2,000 years. The small parchment fragments are the first to be unearthed in archaeological excavations in the Judean desert in about 60 years. Experts managed to reconstruct 11 lines of text from Zechariah, including the verses, and now they quote. These are from little pieces of parchment that they're putting together with tweezers. These are the things you are to do. Speak the truth to one another. Render true and perfect justice in your gates. And do not contrive evil against one another, and do not love perjury, because all those things that are things that I hate, declares the Lord. And so that got me thinking about, the importance of, I love that, render true and perfect justice in your gates. Now, you could interpret that many, many ways, but I think that what we're seeing on a global scale might not be true and perfect justice. And so as the heart, which is housed in the chest, which is contained by the organs, the lungs of morality, as this dichotomy plays out in a very dramatic way now on an international, on a global level, the heart is having a struggle. So the heart, which is represented, as you know, by Ren 14, the moo point of the heart, the primary channel of the heart goes straight down to the small intestine. It goes to the lower jiao. So what we desire is meant to stimulate the playing out of destiny, and destiny is supposed to play out the stimulation of desire. It's like a circuit. It's the branch of the heart channel that comes out to the pinky finger, and as it does so, it does something very interesting. So it goes from Ren 14, and then it makes contact through the lungs. So it has all these these desire, all this excitement and desires, and then it goes through the lungs, which are busy registering the outside world, and at the same time limiting it with its own constraints, morality, correctness, order. And then the heart, after it exits from the lungs, it then goes to heart one, which is called the ultimate spring. And the purpose of that point is to remember that the heart bestows on humanity endless possibilities. So the heart goes through this limitation and then it comes out and it's free again. So what I'm hoping is to put a ripple out into the pond where this period of tremendous constraint that we're experiencing yields to like a portal where endless possibilities become manifested again. In other words, maybe all this will turn out just right if we focus on the freedom and the endless nature of the possibilities the heart offers us. So the 2 points would be Ren 14, the Great Tower Gate, which represents the heart itself, and heart 1, the ultimate spring, the font of all possibilities. And as we connect those 2 points together, we become very much aware of the limitations that the lungs offer. And yet those limitations are not circumvented, they are not overridden, they are assimilated and then overcome. Does that sound like a good ripple? Are you with me? Oh, good, you're with me. Great. Fantastic. Thanks so much for being here. I do think that we can prevail here. We're meant to be free. Thanks. Let's get to work.